which brought together the Central and Eastern European NATO members. An advisor to the former president of Romania, Traian Băsescu, the director of the Center for Conflict Prevention and an expert in the ex-Soviet area, Iulian Chifu, explains.
This is the first step in a very robust action of the alliance meant to defend its foreign partners in the East and to support them in developing an increased defense capability in order to boost their security and defense capacity. The document says the alliance's defense strategy also includes the partner states. This does not mean that they will benefit from Article 5 provisions or that there is a joint defense plan. It is actually in the alliance's interest to include these states in a common strategy and support them in developing their own defense capabilities so that they can ensure their own security, of course with the contribution and support of the alliance in building such capabilities.
The Liberal Anatol Șelaru, the acting defense minister, who had been initially dismissed alongside the entire Strelets cabinet, continues to plead for tighter relations with NATO. This is what this anti-Soviet militant, who defines himself as a Romanian politician from the Republic of Moldova, said in the context of the prolonged military conflict in Ukraine and of the presence of Russian troops in the breakaway region of Transnistria.
This is the best solution, considering that 25% of Moldova's territory is occupied by the Russian army. Major things can't be done in a week, but things may well happen, such as the one experienced by the Ukrainians, and we tend to turn a blind eye to them. I'm preparing the Moldovan army to join NATO at any moment.
On the other hand, Minister Șelaru has warned that the Republic of Moldova risks disappearing as a state because of two great threats. One of them is corruption, which comes from inside the state and is discrediting the entire political class. The other threat comes from the outside and is represented by Russia, which wants to rebuild its former empire. A member of the founding council of the NATO Information Center in Chișinău and the former defense minister, Viorel Cibotaru, has warned in his turn that extended political instability and the divergences between parliamentary parties may take Moldova out of NATO's agenda of priorities. This would be another wasted opportunity after the country's EU accession was postponed, even though Brussels admitted last year that Moldova observed most of the terms of the Eastern Partnership and signed the Association and Free Trade Agreements, which should have preceded the country's EU accession in 2020. Cibotaru told Radio Romania correspondents in Chișinău.
The opportunities that this country had several months ago are slowly disappearing, just as the attention of the Alliance and the European Union. So at least in this respect, we have difficult times ahead of us. Strengthening national security and counteracting risks are also among the challenges facing our country.
Almost a quarter of a century ago, when the Soviet Union collapsed after the failed neo-Bolshevik coup in Moscow, and on August 27, 1991, Chișinău proclaimed its independence from the Soviet Empire, Western sociologists say the Republic of Moldova was in a situation as favorable as that of the Baltic states. Today, the same experts are surprised to see that whereas Estonia, Latvia and Lithuania are EU and NATO members, Chișinău seems unable to move forward because of its own decision-makers, and thus faces the risk of being drawn into Russia's orbit once again. You have been listening to The Future Starts Today.
This is Bucharest, Radio Romania International. welcome to our traditional feature, Roots. In Romania, November 14th marks the beginning of Advent, the season observed in many Christian churches as a time of anticipation and preparation for the celebration of Nativity. According to tradition, the moment is viewed as one last occasion of communion ahead of the period of fasting for the Nativity. With details on that, here's Delia Iogan, ethnologist with the Northern University in Baia Mare.
Oamenii din toate zonele țării se pregătesc foarte mult pentru acest lăsat de sec. Pentru că
People from all over the country make special preparations for the feast of November 14th.